Mold. Whether you're a landlord, a tenant, or a property manager, here's the things that you need to know about mold because it's becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger issue, especially here in Queensland. So we educate our tenants about the dehumidifier setting on their air conditioning. That's that little water droplet, you pop it on there, it will take all the humidity out of the space. But as a tenant, you have to maintain adequate ventilation. You have to open windows, you have to use exhaust fans, you have to open the curtains to let the sunlight in. Any condensation at all on the interior of a window surface is an early warning sign. So this is all leading to who is responsible for mold in the property. Well, if it goes to QCAT, which a few cases recently had, the first thing they try and determine is who's at fault, the landlord or the tenant. Meaning if the tenant hasn't adequately ventilated the area, then it's probably going to be the tenant's responsibility. If the tenant has, then it may be a structural issue with the house. And QCAT has recently ruled on this, in fact, in favor of the landlord when a tenant complained and then it turned out the tenant had caused their own mold problems and they had not reported them quickly. So if the tenant does report a mold issue, it needs to be brought to the property manager's attention immediately and they will bring it to the landlord's attention immediately and try and decipher the cause of that mold. Again, is it a tenant issue or is it a structural issue? And the reason that's important is the earlier that intervention, if it ends up in QCAT, as a landlord, as a property manager, we have a lot more power if we can show that we had early intervention, we had a mold check done, possibly the results of that mold check were the fact the tenant wasn't ventilating the property correctly. So that's why all those little steps are important. That's it for this week. See you all next week.